Hello, friends. In this edition of Fellowship Varta, we introduce you to Miss Stuti Srivastava. She is a PhD student and she has just returned from Germany after availing industrial doctoral fellowship. So, congratulations, Stuti, on this achievement. And
Thank you, sir.
what is this fellowship all about? And what was your German experience?
Sir, I've got IGSTC PIEF fellowship. So that is like PhD Industrial Exposure Fellowship. So in this, like PhD student from India goes to Germany, collaborating with an industry, where they can work on one of their PhD objectives with the German industrial collaborators. So my experience in Germany, like I have worked with DHI, like I'm working on groundwater modeling, and DHI is like they own this software called FeeFlow, that is finite element flow modeling. So I was working with Dr. Carlos in DHI, and my experience in Germany has been like eye opener. Like Germans being very punctual, and like they are very organized in their meetings. So that was first of all very like eye opener as an Indian for me, and obviously getting industrial exposure in the coming out of an academic environment and directly going to into the industrial setup. It has been like I got more exposed to the real world challenges and how to meet deadlines, how to meet the projects, and they are more like into more practical experiences, more practical works. So that actually opened my mind, and yeah, how to implement it in a real world challenges.
Yeah, tell me one thing, Stuti. How did you prepare for this fellowship? Like, how did you find a potential partner? What kind of project you write? How different it was from your PhD topic? And how did it all go? How did you prepare? What is the kind of competition?
So the actually one of the like crucial things I saw in this program is like they have like particular very small proposal. We don't need to write like 10-page proposal. It should be like very to the point. And actually I got to like we have to propose related to one of our objectives, and it should be mostly based on industry. So like basically first I was also like, because it's a new program, so first of all I tried to approach previous fellowship holders, how they have prepared and how they have approached to the industries. And then writing proposal is was like more, it should be more directly, it should have more impact. And I would say like it should be more like coming out of some industrial setup, and it should be benefiting the society in any way, like in scientifically manner. It should benefiting the society, it should go on the real grounds. So that was my major objective. And like I have worked on like groundwater modeling, where like groundwater modeling is like it I use multiple climatic scenarios, and I predict multiple like situations, how groundwater will react with different kind of climatic scenarios, if they grow different kind of crops, and with different climate situations, how groundwater gonna react. So we can help, like we can use it for different sustainable management practices, like we can propose different management policies. So that was my major proposal for this fellowship.
Yeah, friends, I must say that IGSTC Industrial Fellowship is one of the rare thing where students are exposed to industry requirements. Normally, people would go for short internship to earn degrees, but here you are going to at doctoral level and also at postdoctoral level to work in industry and learn how industry looks at particularly your work and what are your work delivery. And what Stuti just touched that you should be more social. Stuti, since your area, water, you are working in environment and your area is quite challenging, quite of interest, day-to-day challenges are there. Can you just tell us how modeling help us in predicting and management of groundwater? So many of Indian cities are being declared short of groundwater. So how
Yeah.
modeling could help?
So, sir, the major challenge with groundwater estimation is it is hidden, like the water we can't see. So, modeling is something which mimics the real world like system. So, that's how what we do with modeling. Like, we simulate multiple groundwater balances. We put all the physical, we can put in a model, we can put all the physical system what groundwater goes through, and then we can put different kind of scenarios what we can't, like practically in the real world we can't do it. So we can predict in the different scenarios like how it might behave in next upcoming 5 to 10 years. Like in India we are like, we are too much suffering with over extraction practices, then climatic challenges are there. So how it's gonna be and how we can work on it, like maybe we can work on the pumping practices from the like government policies, or maybe from farmer oriented policies we can bring, and how like so modeling as such in advance we can predict how groundwater gonna react. So that's how like I'm also using for my my PhD, and this will help actually all the decision makers to to predict where we can build recharge system and how we can regulate the extraction system. So yeah, I mean,
And you have also done chemical and bacteriological studies in some of the drinking water, especially in UP. How safe it is these days to
yes.
drink municipal water? And if you
I would
could
say,
tell
I
us
mean,
about the cities where you
yeah.
studied, that would be more helpful.
Yes, so actually, I've worked in CSIR NEERI before, where we have been working on administrating drinking water quality in Uttar Pradesh. So there, I've been like working in Lucknow laboratories. So in UP itself, like we have like too many issues of first of all arsenic and high fluoride contamination. So districts like Raebareli, Banaras, they have like very high contamination and as like similarly fluoride. So yeah, I mean, if I would say still we haven't reached like even in urban centers some points are there which are like very highly contaminated, and I would say in rural actually the like this filtration system has not approached enough yet. So it's not safe to drink without any treatment. And I mean, that's why it is very important to monitor regularly these setup and like municipal water treatment system what they have put, because there's a very much lack of regular administration. As like for whole India I would say the monitoring system is very weak for us, because it's like we have to go to like properly ground surface to administer everything. So yeah, I mean, that was a major gap I have faced.
Yeah. Uh, Shruti, most of Indian PhD, especially in STEM, they are done absolutely in academic environment, and
Yes.
most of the students are not aware about real life challenges outside the academic laboratories. In your opinion, what could be different exposure? Of course, you got industrial exposure. Which
Yeah.
student must try and explore before
Yeah.
completing at least their doctoral work?
So, sir, basically, I think like industrial exposure can teach many things which a book or paper or a lab can't like can teach you. So you have to learn like lots of things like teamwork and management, practical problem solving. These kind of skills. I mean, when you work with the like with the industry which are directly working on real world projects, then only we will get to know. So I think. And especially like for me I got exposed to the the coders who have actually developed this software, and like how to like we can how can play around with the codes and how this intricacies of this model software, which we actually I got to know with the like directly working with the industrial experts. So these things will be very much useful outside of this academic environment, like where we are just taught to like publish papers and just think about like more theoretical aspect, not going into much technical, which like industrial industries are more exposed to. So I think that would really help with the like
Yeah,
different
I
PhD and
think
postdocs.
we must appreciate the basic difference between academics and industry. Academic is there to create new knowledge, and industry is
Yeah.
there to make money. And the marriage between academia and industry, such fellowship provides. And because after doing your degree, many of you would be looking for job outside academics and industry are best platform. So it's
Yes.
good to have an early exposure
Yeah.
and go for such fellowships. And I do hope in time to come we'll have several other opportunity of working in industries besides working in Germany. So thank you very
Yeah.
much, Stuti, talking to you. It was nice. We look
Thank you,
forward.
sir. Thank you so much.